So it is a common misconception that doing manifestation processes, affirming, imagining, and all these things will get you what you want. While most people are missing the point as to what is the point of these processes in the first place. And even more importantly, where do they derive their power from? Right? What does an affirmation take its power from? For that, you have to understand the deeper theosophy or philosophy of Neville Goddard, which interprets the Bible as a psychological drama, and he says that every man has Christ within him. Every man and woman will find the Christ within when they wake up. And recently somebody wrote a comment on my video to make a video about the idea that Neville Goddard talked about that Jesus is a pattern man. What does that mean? Well, Neville took Jesus and the story of Jesus as a highest ideal that we will realize in this world. That is our real self. And so Jesus is the template, the pattern man or the template man. That anybody who begins to wake up in this world from the world of affliction and getting failure after failure, usually we fail a whole lot in our life and then we realize I must be more than all this. And then we come to realize that our own consciousness creates reality. And then we come to manifestation, videos and books and stuff like that. And then the pattern man reveals itself to you from within, the Christ within. Because you imagine something, you affirm something, you decide something to be true for you from here on out. And then at some point it externalizes itself and you see the proof of your imagination unfold in your physical world. And that is the moment you have found him. But here's the trap. Most people, after applying their imagination and getting what they want, they think that it's the imagination that did something. And they forget the pattern man or the Christ within. They forget about him, their inner being, or whatever you want to name it. And they apply all importance to the imagination. Now next time when they imagine, they go with this huge expectation and also fear that, oh, I must imagine it well or it's not going to happen. Not knowing that this fear that they have that, oh, I must imagine or it's not going to happen, they are conditioning the Christ within to do that for them then. He says yes to everything. So if you think that you are not imagining well and you are not doing it well, it's going to say, yeah, you are not imagining well, so it's not going to happen. And this is why some of you manifest some things and then other things you can't, and you are like, what gives? I'm doing all the processes, what is going on? Well, you have forgotten where the power of these processes come from, and what this reality even is, and who you actually are. You are an individualized aspect of God. And the Christ within you, as Neville would say, is the Son of God. And all sons of God are one, and together they all make the Father. And to make it simple for you, none of this is real. It is real at the same time and it's not real. Why it is not real? Because it is all potential. It's all energy, it's all vibration. As Nikola Tesla said, that if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency and vibration. So none of this is real. At the base of it is just God. And this is why you can change things by thinking about it. Because if this was solidly real and immovable and material, Your immaterial thoughts shouldn't do anything. Then your specific person would not ever fall in love with you because they would have their own free will, or they would be outside the sphere of your assumptions. And so manifestation would not work at all. But it works. All of you have experienced it. That is why you are here. And I have lived through my lived experience, now have enough evidence that I know that the law never fails, only I fail. And even I don't fail. I just fail to realize my desired end sometimes because I am not persisting. And often I have noticed that when I really see the opposite of what I want, and when I hit, like, get slapped on the face or get hit in the gut, that is when I persist, and that is when everything shifts. Because at that moment, everybody has two choices: either to give up and go back to how they were, or persist harder and finally go all in. And I have a tendency to always go all in when I get knocked out by life. I just have this tenacity about me. And that is when many times I get what I want, exactly what I want. But what I'm trying to say here is manifestation works because of the essence of God within you. And as it says in the scripture, all things are possible to God. But the problem with human mind is that we cannot let go and let God do the work. We're always checking, we're always poking, we're always like, where is it? What is happening? What's going on? It's not happening for me. I've been trying so long. Well, who are you being when you say, where is it? Are you being the person who has it, or are you being the person who does not have it and seeks validation from the world? This is why I premised the video by saying that none of this is real. Stop giving it too much importance. Stop seeking validation from an illusion. All of it is just mind substance of God. It changes when you change. So when you think that nothing is happening, your I am awareness says, yeah, nothing is happening. So nothing changes. When you says, I don't give enough, I have what I have, I am who I am, 3D is what it is, but I am that I am, as Moses said to, as God said to Moses, when Moses said, like, how should I tell them that what is your name? And God said, I am that I am. And when you say I am, and after that whatever you say, you are using the name of God. This is why it says in the scripture, never use the name of God in vain. God will not be mocked. And God will not be mocked means whatever you say after you say the name of God will not turn to you void. So the name of God is I am, and God will not be mocked. So be careful what you say after you say I am. So if you say, I am so tired of all this manifestation BS, none of this works, I am feeling this, or I am unloved, I am unworthy, you are using the name of God, and then you are materializing that into your experience. And again, your inner man, or the pattern man, or Christ within, the essence of God within, says yes to all of it. It says no to nothing, because it came here for this human experience. So what I'm trying to say is, when you change yourself, and when you abide in the name of I am, or when you abide in God, when you identify with your true identity of being one with God, when you identify with the Christ within rather than the egoic, illusory self, or the program that is playing on autopilot, that is when whatever you imagine and assume, it will feel more natural, first of all, to say those words or imagine those things, because you know to the Christ within all of that is real right now, and it is saying yes to all of it. Therefore, you are predestining your manifestation. It's already happened in the imagination. When you say it's already happened, the bridge of incident has occurred, and now you will see the unfoldment of it. Just like buying something on an online shop, you bought it and it's coming, right? So when you identify with your I am awareness, then every process becomes more natural, and then the chances of failure is impossible. But again, the law is perfect. It's only we who persist, who fail in persisting in our desired reality. And it is often because we forget the pattern man, or we forget the real power behind all this stuff. We forget who we really are. We forget what God is, what this reality is. We get lost in the sauce. We get lost in the idea that this is real, or my SP is real, or everything, the power is outside of me. We start worshipping the signs. We think about the second cause. We get under the tyranny of the second cause once again, which is accepting something outside of you to be causing things to appear in your world. And then again, the Christ within has to listen to you. It says yes to all of it. And so when you say, where is it? It says, yeah, we don't have it. We don't have it. Where is it? And then it creates the experience of you not having it. It just doesn't show up. But when you say, I have it, I am this, I am that, I am loved, I am blissfully married, I am with my vision and the vision is complete, I am earning a lavish, steady, dependable income, doing something I love with ease, consistent with integrity and mutual benefit. When you say this, first of all, you're using the name of God righteously, and it will not turn to your void, and it will not be mocked, so long as you persist in that. How do you persist in that? You persist in that by knowing that it is true in the mind of God. It is true. Your Christ within has taken it literally as the truth, and the bridge has occurred, and reality has shifted, and now you are just excitedly gonna witness the unfolding of it, and live your life. Go about your day as it unfolds. But you say it, and after an hour you say, where is it? You're consistently checking. You are wondering, where is it? You are wondering, are you doing it right? Did you do it right? And you are questioning the whole paradigm of manifestation. You're falling back to the ideas of astrology, tarot, this, that, or the other. And you are again questioning if other people or other things have dominion over your life, who you are being. You have lost the power. Well, you have not lost it, you can never lose it. It's just that you have forgotten it, and you've gone back to the old man. And so the idea is very simple in practice and in concept, but it is that we as humans, and our ego is extremely complicated, and it overthinks everything, it overcomplicates everything. It tries to know things that it will never know. Like, for example, let the weak man say I am strong. Well, the weak man, if he is a human like us, how the hell he can ever conceptualize that he is strong? That sounds bullshit. That sounds fake as hell. Let the weak man say I am strong. But that's how it works. The Christ within says, yeah, you are strong. Right? It knows your words to be gospel and the truth, the ultimate truth. It takes everything literally. This is why Florence Cohen Shinn was very loud about the idea that you should never even joke about negative things like jokingly, like sarcastically. Universe has no sense of humor, she used to say. Why? Because your I am awareness takes everything literally. Whatever you identify as and emotionally feel to be true, or even jokingly put your focus on and relate to it, you are materializing that in your world. And so, know the real power behind this all this stuff. It's not imagination, it's not affirmations, it's not scripting, it's not the piece of paper, it's not burning it. Those tools are powerful. They are powerful because they help you get acquainted or aligned with your desired reality. They are tools that help you know yourself to be that which you desire to be. But again, the power comes from the Christ within. And the Christ within says yes to everything. And if you say it once, that I am this, and then you drop it, and then you go about your day and not contradict it, it will happen. But majority of us just have trouble not contradicting ourselves, and keep on seeking more knowledge and more the secret or the cheat code or the next best formula. And I was there, I know it. And I still sometimes get anxious and I'm like, maybe I'm missing something, but then I remind myself, no, there is nothing missing. I am all that is. I am it. There's no truth in the world except I am. Because I am the only permanent thing, everything else changes here and it will die. This is the world of the dead. The only living being here is your I am awareness, which is eternal, unchanging, therefore it is the only reality. Nothing that changes is real. It's an illusion. Your experiences are absolutely real, but the thing that reality and second cause is just appears to be something. It's not that, all that. It just appears to be like that because you give it power. But as Christ said to Pontius Pilate, that you have no power over me unless it was given to you from above. Like you and your world of Caesar cannot do anything to me unless the Father who is in heaven gives you power to do that. And the psychological meaning is that this world of Caesar is the second cause. It's not the first. I mean, it's not cause at all. It's the world of the effects. It cannot do you, and it cannot harm you. It cannot do anything for you or to you unless you give it the power from above. And similarly, your imagination, your affirmations, your processes, they cannot do good for you either if you do not give them power. So when you imagine with the intention that this is literally real. I am exercising my mind's eye to see this reality to be a fact right now. Don't say that I am doing this to manifest something, or I'm trying to get something, or maybe I'm doing something wrong, or it's not real, it's all fake, it's all fantasy. It's your intention behind the process that makes it real or fake. I know the video was a little bit abstract, but I believe I was able to convey to you that the real power is your I am awareness, and you being one with God, and all things are possible to God. If you stick with that, success will be much, much more than just sticking with the processes. So for anyone who wants to work with me one-on-one, the link is in the description, or you can join the membership channel where I answer your questions every Saturday in depth. The link is in the description. This is it for this video. Until next time, bye-bye.